A stadium may be built on concrete and covered with steel, but what turns it into a temple is something no architectural drawing can capture. For some, these stands are where fathers and sons truly grew close for the first time. For others, it's where the most important words of their lives were spoken. Will you marry me? Within these walls echo sorrow and triumph, tears and laughter, firsts and lasts. Each one is a living giant, a structure with its own soul and its own story. Today, we go beyond the steel beams and concrete blocks to tell the stories of football's sacred cathedrals, etched forever into the lives of millions. These are Europe's most iconic stadiums. In the heart of Barcelona stands Camp Nou, a colossus of football, with room for nearly 99,000 souls. Since its opening in 1957, this monumental arena has become one of the most powerful symbols of Catalan identity. In Catalan, Camp Nou means new field. The name emerged naturally among fans when it replaced the club's old home, Les Corts. What began as a casual nickname eventually became official after a public vote in 2001. Through the decades, this ground has witnessed everything: Cruyff's football revolution, Guardiola's tiki-taka philosophy, and Messi's legendary goals. Camp Nou was never just a stadium. It was a stage where football itself evolved, where systems were born, and where admiration turned into art. But today, this grand structure rests in silence. Since 2023, it has entered a major transformation under the Espai Barça project, a complete modernization from roof to stands, from infrastructure to acoustics. The goal? To expand capacity, elevate comfort, and bring the stadium fully into the 21st century. Because of this reconstruction, Barcelona has been away from its true home for quite some time. The team now plays at the temporary Montjuic Olympic Stadium. For the fans, this isn't just a change of scenery, it's a pause in their rituals, their memories, their traditions. The absence of Camp Nou is felt on every match day, yet this silence doesn't diminish its legacy. On the contrary, it amplifies the anticipation. When Camp Nou returns, it won't just be a renovated mass of concrete. It will be something deeper, a bridge between Barcelona's past and its future, a rebirth of identity carved in steel, light, and history. The Santiago Bernabéu Stadium, home of Real Madrid and one of the most prestigious arenas in world football. Opened in 1947, it has been renewed time and time again, each transformation making it stronger, grander, and more futuristic. Today, with a capacity of over 85,000, it stands not just as a football ground, but as something that resembles a space station rising from the heart of Madrid. The man behind its name, Santiago Bernabéu Este, was far more than a president. He was an architect of the club's identity, the driving force behind its infrastructure, its academy, its international vision, and this very stadium itself. Here, countless European triumphs, unforgettable El Clásicos, and miraculous comebacks have unfolded. The 1982 World Cup final was played on this very turf. And of course, the immortal words of Juanito still echo through its walls. 90 minutes at the Santiago Bernabéu is a very long time. That sentence embodies the spirit of Real Madrid, a team that never concedes defeat until the final whistle. Perhaps that's why many believe this ground holds a touch of magic. With the latest renovation, the Bernabéu has entered a new era of technology. Its pitch can now be divided into sections and stored underground, a revolutionary feature that transforms the venue for non-football events. A retractable roof now crowns the arena, capable of trapping the atmosphere and turning it into something electric, almost suffocating in its intensity. Even those who know little about football flock to witness that iconic moment, when Real Madrid scores and the goal music echoes through the night. Because at this point, Madrid's temple has become more than a stadium. It's a monument, a destination, and a living symbol of glory. Old Trafford, the legendary home of Manchester United. Opened in 1910, this iconic ground holds around 76,000 spectators, making it one of England's largest football arenas. But its true greatness lies not in its size, but in its soul, and in the history that breathes through every brick. The nickname, the Theatre of Dreams, was coined by none other than Sir Bobby Charlton, one of the club's most beloved figures. To him, this was more than a stadium. It was the stage where millions of children around the world dreamed of playing one day. In 2016, the South Stand was officially renamed the Sir Bobby Charlton Stand in his honour. The North Stand, meanwhile, carries the name of the most successful manager in the club's history, the Sir Alex Ferguson Stand. Over the decades, Old Trafford has been expanded, modernised, and restored many times. Yet, through all those changes, it has never lost that unmistakable aura, the essence of an old-school English football temple. Old Trafford remains one of the few places where football's past, present, and dreams still live and breathe together. Anfield, nestled in the city of Liverpool, it has been the home of Liverpool Football Club since 1892. Named after the district it was built in, this stadium holds around 61,000 fans and offers one of the Premier League's most powerful yet intimate atmospheres. The heart of Anfield is, without question, the Kop. A single-tier stand, steep and deafening. It's the kind of place that makes visiting players whisper, "We couldn't breathe." It's here that Liverpool's fan culture was born. The songs, the flags, the choreographies. And of course, the spine-tingling moment before every match when the entire stadium sings, "You'll never walk alone." It's one of the most iconic rituals in all of football. Some of Liverpool's greatest nights live within these walls, like the miracle of 2019, when they overturned a 3-0 deficit against Barcelona to win 4-0, or the historic 7-0 demolition of Manchester United in 2023. At Anfield, you must always expect the impossible, but its story also carries deep sorrow. The Hillsborough disaster of 1989 remains the darkest chapter in the club's history. The 97 fans who lost their lives that day are still remembered before every match, their memory forever woven into the fabric of this place. Anfield may not be the most modern stadium, but it continues to evolve. The main stand was recently rebuilt, increasing capacity and adding modern touches. Yet a full-scale renovation isn't on the horizon, because Anfield's magic lies in its unbreakable bond with the city, the club, and the people who call it home. Wembley, England's national stadium and one of football's most iconic landmarks. With a capacity of 90,000, it stands among the largest arenas in Europe. Rebuilt entirely in 2007, it now represents the modern face of the sport, crowned by its famous arch, a defining piece of architecture and a symbol of strength seen from miles away. This is where history unfolds, home to the England national team, host of the FA Cup finals, the Community Shield, league playoffs, and countless European showdowns. From the 2012 Olympics to the Euro 2020 final, Wembley has remained one of football's beating hearts. But it's more than just a football venue. The stadium transforms into a stage for American football, boxing, rugby, and massive concerts. The NFL's London Games are played here, and global icons like Ed Sheeran, Beyoncé, AC/DC, and Coldplay have all performed beneath its glowing arch. Between 2017 and 2019, Tottenham Hotspur used Wembley as their temporary home while their new stadium was being built. During that time, Wembley became an active part of the Premier League once again, much like when Cardiff City and several lower division teams used it for their final matches. With its distinctive design, immense scale, and timeless symbolism, Wembley is far more than England's national stadium. It's a global monument to football, a place where the game, the passion, and the spectacle all converge. Stadio Diego Armando Maradona, formerly known as Stadio San Paolo, is Napoli's sacred ground. Opened in 1959 with a capacity of over 54,000, it became the stage for one of football's most unforgettable nights, the 1990 World Cup semi-final, when Argentina knocked out Italy on penalties. Following Maradona's passing in 2020, Naples Mayor Luigi De Magistris proposed renaming the stadium in his honor, a motion quickly approved by the city council. The official statement read, "Naples remembers Maradona as the greatest footballer of all time, a man whose extraordinary talent and spirit brought 2 league titles and several prestigious trophies to the city over 7 remarkable years." The stadium has hosted major events, such as the 1960 Olympics and the 1980 European Championship. Over the years, its capacity has been reduced, and renovation plans are now on the agenda. Yet, through it all, the passion of Napoli's fans and the immortal legacy of Diego Maradona continue to make this place truly unique in the world of football. San Siro, the beating heart of Italian football and home to the Derby della Madonnina. Opened in 1926, this stadium has served as the shared temple of both AC Milan and Inter Milan, two fierce rivals, united under one roof, a rarity in world football. Yet what makes it even more fascinating is how each side calls it by a different name. For Milan fans, it will always be San Siro, but to the Inter faithful, it's the Stadio Giuseppe Meazza. The reason lies in the legend himself, Giuseppe Meazza, an icon of Italian football and one of Inter's greatest ever players. In 1980, the stadium was officially renamed in his honour. Still, Milan supporters never truly embraced the change. For them, this place remains tied to the neighbourhood where it was first built, San Siro. With a capacity of over 75,000, the stadium's design is instantly recognisable. Towering concrete pillars, spiral staircases, steep stands, and a roof that makes every roar echo through the night. During derbies and big European nights, the atmosphere here reaches levels few stadiums in the world can match. If you want to feel what football passion truly means in Italy, San Siro is where you go. But the end of an era is approaching. Inter plans to part ways with Milan and build its own home, the Cathedral, a futuristic project symbolising independence and modernity. Milan, once interested in joining the same plan, is now considering going its own way. That means the two giants may soon separate, and San Siro, as the world knows it, could soon become a memory. For now, Giuseppe Meazza still stands tall, but in the coming years, its fate may shift toward demolition or rebirth as something entirely new. Allianz Arena, a modern masterpiece rising in the city of Munich, home to Bayern Munich. Opened in 2005, this futuristic stadium holds around 75,000 fans and stands as one of the most recognizable arenas not only in Germany, but across Europe. At night, Allianz Arena transforms into a living, breathing creature that lights up the Munich skyline. Its exterior is wrapped in 2,874 inflated panels, upgraded to LED technology in 2014, allowing it to glow in over 16 million shades of color. On match days, the entire structure turns red, radiating Bayern's unmistakable identity. In 2019, LED strips were added beneath the roof, filling the interior with a sea of glowing red light. The result is a breathtaking visual experience, a modern Colosseum drenched in Bayern's colours. The stadium's history also carries a turning point. For years it was shared between Bayern Munich and TSV 1860 Munich. But in 2017, after 1860's departure, the arena became exclusively Bayern's home. The grey seats were replaced by a vibrant red and white design with the club's name, FC Bayern München, and its proud Bavarian motto, Mir San Mir, emblazoned across the stands. The phrase translates roughly to "We are who we are," a declaration of pride and identity. Since 2022, Allianz Arena has also hosted occasional NFL games, further expanding its global reach. But to football fans everywhere, it remains immortalized as the glowing red giant, a symbol of Bayern's power, precision, and pride. Signal Iduna Park, Germany's largest football stadium, with a staggering capacity of around 82,000. Originally known as Westfalenstadion, it was built for the 1974 World Cup and named after the region of Westphalia, where Dortmund is located. The name connected the stadium directly to its geography, to its people. In 2005, following a sponsorship deal, it officially became Signal Iduna Park. Yet, to the fans, it has always remained Westfalen. One of the things that makes this place so special is its architecture, particularly the south stand, known as the Gelbe Wand, or Yellow Wall. A single, massive terrace that holds 25,000 standing fans, the largest standing terrace in Europe. It's an ocean of yellow, a wall of sound. For the opponent, it's pure pressure. For Dortmund, it's raw energy. The stadium hosted matches during the 2006 World Cup, but its most legendary nights belong to Borussia Dortmund's European campaigns. The Yellow Wall has a tradition of creating breathtaking choreographies for those occasions, displays that turn football into theatre. Over the years, Signal Iduna Park has been expanded and modernised. More seats, more VIP areas, but the roof still doesn't cover it entirely. And that's part of the magic. The cold, the rain, the fog, they all blend with the noise and passion, shaping Westfalen's character. It's one of the rare places where modern football's commercial side and the spirit of true fandom still coexist. We'll continue in a moment, but first, we'd really appreciate a like. Stade de France, the national stadium of France, and one of European football's most prestigious stages. Built for the 1998 World Cup, it became immortalized on the night Zinedine Zidane scored twice as France defeated Brazil 3-0 to claim their first ever world title. With a capacity of 80,000, it stands as the largest stadium in the country, located just north of Paris in the suburb of Saint-Denis. Beyond serving as the home ground of the French national team, it has witnessed countless iconic moments. Barcelona's 2-1 victory over Arsenal in the 2006 Champions League final, Real Madrid's 1-0 win against Liverpool in 2022, their 14th European crown, and Portugal's extra-time triumph over France in the Euro 2016 final. Most recently, it took centre stage once again as the main venue for the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. The Stade de France is not fueled by weekly club football, but by history, by nights when legends are made and nations stand still. It may not belong to a single team, but some of football's greatest stories have been written on this pitch. Stade Velodrome, nestled on the southern coast of France, in the heart of Marseille. Opened in 1937, it has been the home of Olympique de Marseille ever since. With a capacity of around 67,000, it holds the title of France's largest club stadium. The name Velodrome comes from the French word for cycling track. When it was first built, the stadium was designed not just for football, but also for cycling events. Though the surrounding track was later removed, the name remained, a tribute to its multi-purpose origins and rich history. Over the decades, the Velodrome has hosted some of football's greatest tournaments, the 1938 and 1998 World Cups, as well as the 1984 and 2016 European Championships. Between 2011 and 2014, the stadium underwent a massive renovation. A sweeping new roof was added, increasing capacity and transforming its look into something sleek and modern. But that elegant wave-like roof does more than please the eye. It enhances acoustics, amplifying the chants and songs that make the Velodrome one of the loudest and most atmospheric arenas in Europe. The North Stand in particular never rests. Its fans chant relentlessly, driving the rhythm of the game below. The Velodrome carries the spirit of the Mediterranean, fiery, passionate and alive. More than just a football ground, it stands as a symbol of Marseille's pride and its eternal rivalry with Paris. Estadio da Luz, literally the Stadium of Light, is Benfica's sacred temple, standing proudly in Lisbon, the capital of Portugal. Among Benfica supporters, it's affectionately known as the Cathedral. The name Luz comes from the neighbourhood where it was built, Luz, meaning light. The original stadium opened in 1954 and quickly became one of Europe's largest, with its capacity eventually reaching 120,000. But when Portugal was chosen to host the Euro 2004 Championship, the old Luz was demolished to make way for a brand new, modern arena. The new stadium opened its gates in 2003, and with a capacity of 64,642, it remains the largest in the country. Estadio da Luz has witnessed countless historic moments. In the Euro 2004 final, Greece stunned the world by defeating host nation Portugal 1-0. One of the biggest upsets in football history. A decade later, in the 2014 Champions League final, the stadium hosted El Derbi Madrileño between Atletico and Real Madrid. Atletico led for almost the entire match until Sergio Ramos equalized with a header in the 93rd minute. Real went on to win 4-1 in extra time, lifting their 10th European Cup, La Decima, right here in Lisbon. Then came the unique year of 2020. Due to the pandemic, the entire Champions League knockout stage was played in Lisbon as single-leg ties. Estadio da Luz witnessed one of the most astonishing nights in football, Bayern Munich's 8-2 demolition of Barcelona in the quarter-finals. Though the stands were empty, the world watched in disbelief. Bayern would later beat PSG 1-0 in the final, completing an unbeaten campaign and claiming the trophy. And of course, there's Eusebio, the immortal icon of Benfica and Portuguese football. His statue stands proudly outside the stadium, watching over every match, a symbol of passion, greatness, and legacy. Like its name, Estadio da Luz shines, a beacon of history, emotion, and footballing soul. Johan Cruyff Arena. Opened in 1996 under its original name, Amsterdam Arena. In 2018, it was renamed in honor of the Dutch legend himself, Johan Cruyff, the man who changed football both as a player and a thinker. Home to Ajax, the arena holds around 55,000 fans, making it the largest football stadium in the Netherlands. It hosted matches during Euro 2000 and Euro 2020, as well as the 2013 Europa League final, the unforgettable night when Chelsea defeated Benfica 2-1 thanks to Branislav Ivanovic's last-minute header. Johan Cruyff Arena was one of the first stadiums in Europe to feature a fully retractable roof. It also stands out for its commitment to sustainability, powered largely by solar energy harvested from the roof, with hybrid turf that merges innovation and performance. Architecturally, the steep upper stands sit close to the pitch, creating a compact and intense atmosphere when the stadium fills up. Ajax's dynamic, youthful, and technical style of play finds the perfect stage here. Fast football in a space built for precision. The Johan Cruyff Arena bridges eras, honouring the past while embracing the future. A smart stadium for a nation that has always played football with its mind. Ibrox, the home of Glasgow Rangers and one of the most historic stadiums in British football. Opened in 1899, it has been rebuilt and renovated multiple times over the decades. With a capacity of around 51,000, the stadium takes its name from the Ibrox district in southwest Glasgow. Throughout its long history, Ibrox has witnessed countless Old Firm derbies, clashes between Rangers and Celtic that go far beyond football. These matches carry the weight of culture, identity and religion, turning the pitch into a reflection of Scotland's social fabric. The atmosphere at Ibrox during an Old Firm match is electric, tense and unmatched, even considered by many to surpass that of Celtic Park. Architecturally, Ibrox embodies the classic British style. Its most iconic feature, the Bill Struth main stand, stands out with its red brick facade, a design that feels like a piece of history preserved in stone. From the outside, it resembles a grand civic building. Inside, it offers 21st century comfort, a perfect blend of heritage and modernity, much like the club it represents. Luzhniki Stadium, Russia's largest and most storied football arena and the proud home of the national team. With a capacity of 81,000, it stands in the heart of Moscow and has hosted some of the greatest events in sporting history since its opening in 1956. The name Luzhniki comes from the Russian word for meadows or grassy fields. The stadium was built on low, green plains along the banks of the Moskva River, land that was once prone to flooding and long known to locals by that name. Luzhniki hosted the opening and closing ceremonies of the 1980 Summer Olympics, cementing its status as a national symbol. Decades later, it became the stage for unforgettable European nights, like the 2008 Champions League final, where Manchester United defeated Chelsea on penalties after Cristiano Ronaldo's iconic header lit up the Moscow rain. And in 2018, the stadium once again captured the world's attention as it hosted the World Cup final, where France triumphed 4-2 over Croatia in one of the highest scoring finals in history.